So let's see what happens to the next candle here. Oh yeah, next continues to move up. So if you are trailing your stops, right? Let's say you had your stop down over here, then you move your stop below the low of the candle because you know you're a smart trader and you're trailing your stop below the lows of the candles if you're in buys, and then since you're doing that, the next candle just shoots up, and you're like, oh, perfect! I had a nice trade here, we broke out. A dynamic entry possibly at bottom of range may be advantage. Yes. So far, if you are new, I don't expect you guys to use dynamic trades, dynamic risk, none of that. I expect everyone to use simple basic static risk. Krish said the right thing. Let the runner run. Perfect. You know, so you put stops at break even. Once price came up here, you took profits because it's at resistance. We don't know. So whenever price reaches a resistance and you're in a trade, write this down please. Whenever price reaches a resistance and we're in a trade, we don't know whether price is going to break it or not. We don't know that. You know, so it's always good practice to secure profits. If you want to leave a runner, put a runner at break even, and if it continues on, that runner is going to be your golden trade. You know, at the same time, if price reaches a support and you're in a sell, we don't know if it's going to break support or not. We need to secure profits. Can we place more risk there, or is it a bad idea reaching a resistance? It's a very bad idea reaching a resistance and taking a trade. Don't do that. We don't do that. If you are new, then you do that, but it's the best practice not to do that. We already talked about this. When price is moving up, we don't take buys. We wait for price to come down or create like a support or whatever, and then we take a buy. So how long is this webinar going to be, Raja? I think we're going to go for another hour. So if you want to leave, that's fine. It's going to be recorded anyway. I'm going to place it in the drive maybe by tonight or tomorrow morning. All right, let's take a look at next example here. Awesome. So what's the bias here? When you look at this, what's the bias? Everyone's saying bearish, is saying downtrend, right? So when we have a downtrend, we wait for some sort of a resistance to be forming, right? So the first things first. First thing is we see prices dropping. You know, so if price is dropping, you don't want to take a sell here. The number one mistake people make is when price is dropping, they take sells. You want some sort of a retracement to happen, and then you want to take a sell. You know, so first things first. First thing is we need to identify our zone. You know, the first zone is going to be maybe right over here, right? Because price broke down, created a resistance, and then it went down. So whenever price is falling down, also write this down too. Whenever price is falling down, it's falling down from a resistance. So you need to mark a resistance. You know, whenever price is moving up, it's moving up from a support. So in the same way, we have a support right over here because price is moving up. You know, from here, price is moving down, so we have a resistance right over here. So let's see what happens here next. Price is moving down, there's no trade, we don't know what's going to happen, right? So we're still waiting here. Now we have a candle forming like this, like a doji candle. There's no trade. Since what we've learned so far, there's no trade right now. Now we have a candle moving bullish, right? Now, can we take a buy or a sell? I don't think so. It's going to get pretty difficult because, you know, you have a range right over there. So we have to wait a little bit. Okay, we have a candle moving up now. So, you know, it moved up. So, you know, we were looking for a sell. So we're still waiting here a little bit. Price is still moving bullish. Now notice how price broke above this area and it came up to this previous support. Right? It came up to this previous support. It created a low. Also, another thing to note is whenever price is trending down, it will create a low. Whenever a low is formed, there's going to be a retracement, and then there's going to be a very high probability that price will retest that low. Whenever price